What's up, baby dolls? We're gonna be doom scrolling Twitteroonies. Where the hell is my bull market, huh? 4.5 damn years! This community is evolving fast. I don't know who the truck is in a coin and what they're doing, but here's a rap video. Oh, this must be their unstable coin.
I feel like keeping my sanity just ain't the move.
I guess this is yeah, there's some like meme on a US. It's meant to be like a play on USDC. But I hate to say it, man. Like, oh, another meme. Golly gee, there's only 450,000 of those. We're so worn out for that. We want like stuff that doesn't drop in like 48 hours and die forever. And look, oh yeah, there's another one. Oh, his useful coin on Pump Fund. Yeah, man. I mean, good luck to you. I hope your coins go up. I know it's all extractive anyway. None of you believe in anything, as evidenced by them changing their whole opinion on coins every 15 seconds, right? There's stuff that's down before. That's the difference. I have stuff totally down. All the memes totally down. I still love them, okay? I still support every single one of them. I haven't added anything new. Don't care. Ignis, I really disliked this bull cycle. Not because it's harder than previous ones, but because it's an externally driven cycle. So I'm just going to tell you, friends, Ignis is a hard worker, probably a good friend. Probably you'd have a coffee with him, you know, eat a biscuit or two. I'm just going to be honest. There's a couple of mid-curving elements when it comes to these, friends. So look, friends, you got to remember, okay? No one's going to believe anything I say until the prices are up and you say, "Oh my gosh, everything Sommi said hit the nail on the head." Whoa! Okay, that's it. And I don't care. That's how the game goes, right? They only respect you at literal glory. They wait at the finish line. They wait for first, okay? But they're not actually trying to be first. They're trying to describe what first might look like, but they're not actually trying to be first. I'm trying to actually be first. We're trying to win. How do you win? Okay, buying undervalued assets. You're trying to buy $1 for a penny. Okay, it doesn't have to be pDAI, friends. I know, but just using that. You're trying to buy 100x for 1 cent or 5 cents or 10 cents. These people are trying to buy $1 for like 50 cents. That's what they're trying to do, okay? And their conclusions are always around narratives, the N word. The narrative. Oh, macro narrative. What about Tom Lee? There's a new narrative injected into Ethereum. The narrative. Oh, straight narrative. They don't learn. They never learn. It's just the Bloomberg soy boy journalists copy-pasted just in a younger form in a cryptocurrency dressing, man. But you're still wearing a dress, bro. You've got hairy legs. If you're gonna dress like a girl, at least make it half believable. Shave your armpits. Why do you have hairier legs than me? I have questions. Pushed by macro and lacking the kind of internal crypto innovation that made past cycles degen fun. I've got to stop it right here. You already know the answer, the business cycle, okay? That's why I'm here to give you, friends, before I show you, you know, their explanations. Look, man, you got your own opinion. I don't give a crap. I don't think I'm right. I know I'm right, okay? The business ISM is down, bro, okay? Business cycle is down. It is still down. Now, why don't they see it? It's because the stock market's through the all-time highs. Because the Magnificent Seven is the only thing pretty much pushing everything up, which is NVIDIA, Apple, Amazon's, the top 7, friends. And they're all big network effects, by the way. Right? So that's why they're like, oh, but the economy's doing well and everything's great. Yeah, but it's not, friends. There's the economy doing well, and then there's actually people acting like the economy's doing well. Okay? When people are acting like the economy's doing well, their purchases, which is buying employees, buying capital equipment, buying more orange juice, buying more lipstick, all right? Buying more skateboards. That is business PMI going up. Okay, that is $400,000 JPEGs. That is XRP doing the 650x in 1 year, and Ethereum going 4,500x. That's 2017. 2013, that is Bitcoin doing its freaking 500x, whatever it did. Do you understand? Yes, we're not there. Okay, we're not there. That's why you can see everyone's talking about, look, I realize this cycle is a societal shift for crypto natives. It is our redemption arc. We finally feel less ashamed to say we work in crypto than before. Crypto lobbying, blah, blah, blah. They tried closing our bank accounts. And then I guess we'll go all the way down. It's probably going to be something. Anyway, recommended watching Gilded Age to understand my point here. So Yeah, man. Too long didn't read. We are becoming the new elite, boys and girls. Your TradFi banker doesn't like you, but it would need your money to pay the bills. Yeah, interesting. Listen, I taught you everything you need to know, okay? Interesting. Social media websites are now primarily function as content farms, IQ shredders, and as venues for race, class, and sex war. It would require the complete Singaporification of these sites to return them to normal functionality. Interesting. I like that term, IQ shredder. Yeah, it's an IQ shredder. Means that's you're on TikTok, IQ shredder. You're on Instagram, IQ shredder. You're getting yield farmed, okay? Because people, obviously, most people use those. They're poor. Yeah, the users, not the people who are supplying everybody with like pictures of and grifting and like, you know, Rolex watches with a palm tree and stuff, saying I'm a laptop lifestyle trader or whatever. Yeah, they're supplying the stuff out here. I guess you could say they're the smart business people taking advantage of the opportunity, because there's just a lot of cucks out here who want to put each other's nose up other people's buttholes and see what they ate today. That's literally Instagram and stuff out here, making everybody more depressed. Every girl thinks she needs to go like, you know, hire 3 surgeons, 1 for her ears, 1 for her nose, 1 for her boobs. Then you got to hire a photographer because one's got to take better photos. You know what I mean? Like, it's spiraling, okay? It's shredding your IQ, shredding your mentality. And look, man, like, you know, you don't have to live that way. I mean, we literally made a whole freaking industry outside of the system so that you can escape poverty by DCA buying into stuff with different risk thresholds, of course, where your purchasing power can't get diluted by the government. Take it or leave it. Hex Lotus, are you waiting on those wife-changing gains? Ditch her quick and hide. Divorce lawyers. So, yeah, they speak about the wife-changing gains and some sort of like, you know, meme as in like, oh, you make so much money, you can finally leave that lady who's not respecting you. Well, I'll tell you something right now. If you need money in your account to be respected by a woman, you failed. All right? You understand that? Men, you failed. You've literally failed. If you actually need money, dude, women will bang a homeless dude if he's charming enough. By the way, pretty much almost half the people here in crypto are homeless as well. They're terminally online, okay? So if you don't have that, you're never going to win, dude. If you are not happy with yourself, it ain't going to fix it. Because, friends, we know this by the dopamine. Friends, we are sad and Bitcoin is $112,000. I remember the zombie virus like it was yesterday. We hit 3,200. The multiplier is 30x higher. You don't get the dopamine hit anymore. Life is just a constant cycle of dopamine spike ups and coming back down. If you're not used to that normal level, you're never going to get anywhere, okay? And you got to be careful of that, friends. If you make a lot of money in crypto, I hope we all do, just do me one favor. When you take profit, don't rotate it in. Sit on it for a month. Sit on it for a month. You got to let the dopamine wear out, because people, what they do, they have a tendency, we all do this, right? If you make money, they just start splurging on like, hey, let me buy this altcoin. Let me buy this NFT. Let me buy this. Let me buy that, right? And then you end up regretting the next thing in the bear market and stuff out here. Here we have Mr. Donovan, DIY investing. pDAI people are really funny. They outright deny Richard Hart's advice to avoid it. Well, no, we don't, sir. We put it as a trophy. No one denies it. Look, stop buying pDAI. Richard Hart found the PulseChain. I think you're misinterpreting, sir, because you're sidelined. Richard Hart telling people to stay away from pDAI is a testament to its strength, because he said it here, he went down here, and today it's up 382% from that point. It went up 700% from that point. That's right, not from the bottom, from the actual time he said, hey, stop buying pDAI. Actually recovered the move as well. So, and you got to think, he kept saying buying the PulseChain core coins. They're not up 600% from when he first started saying to buy them. They're down, right? They're down from when he said to buy them. So that's a testament. We're looking at price action. It's interesting, right? What's the next comment? Hate on people who took profit. I think that's in your own head, so no one hates people who take profit. I think what just everyone's saying is, look, we see this every time. You should know this, bro. Do you know how many? If I had a penny for every single time I heard someone saying, I shoved the top on all of you. Guys. Look, I'm not gonna name KOL names, all right? It's not in PulseChain. Bigger ones. Much bigger ones, okay? Let's just say they let us know they sold here, and then they said, oh, luckily I was selling around here as well. 90,000 at BTC. And then they sold more on the Trump tariffs, okay? Do you understand how bad it felt here? And guess what? They turned bullish after it breaks the all-time high at 118,000. Oh, I'm bullish now. Like, hey, man, I don't forget. You were bragging about selling 90,000, and then you double bragged about selling 76,000. Now Bitcoin's 118. That's Bitcoin, man. That's Bitcoin. It's even more volatile than the altcoins. Next one. Willingly become exit liquidity to Maria. Well, that's the thing. If those narratives of exit liquidity were bad for price action, I think it's interesting that the price is up 600%. That's interesting. Continue promoting after proven wrong. Do you want to be right or do you want to make money? Do you want to be right or do you want to make money? Is the price chart up or down? Gravestone emoji day, it's up 2,800%. Do you want to be right or do you want to make money? If you want to be right, okay, sit there. You're never going to get a blockchain message to come and appear with red siren emojis going, buy this, it's definitely going up. Never going to happen. We all know it. And then here's the sweetener. I still have 25% of my position. Y'all are too... Donovan, do you understand? I don't know if you know this, sir. Because you've been AFK and stuff a bit. Just to tell you, okay? pDAI is down now, right? It's like, oh, it's cool. I dumped on you. It's cool to say, hey, I dumped on you. I'm so smart. Ha, 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 ha. You're all so stupid. I'm right, you're wrong. It's cool to say that now. When it's up here, do you understand? I'm just warning you. You will get tagged by people. They will blame you. Yeah. Trust me. There is a whole host of people who are not going to accept responsibility, right? They're literally, there's people watching right now that they don't even know they're going to do it themselves. They're going to be like, I didn't buy those lows because of you. And then you're going to have to probably make some sort of tweet saying, stop blaming others for this and that. Friends, I've seen it, but it's literally a cycle, friends. It's literally a cycle. And then you're like, oh, was my friend Sommi speaking truth the whole time where people are just reflecting the color of the monthly candle? Whoa, you mean to tell me when the monthly candle's red, everybody talks shit, and when the monthly candle's green, everyone's got dopamine and saying it's amazing, luckily I kept my moon bag? You know what? It's almost as if I had a friend out here who's made 5,636 videos in 2 years, averaging 6 videos a day. It's almost as if the highest value content in crypto is actually the highest value content in crypto. PulseChain is in Johnny's hands. Remember, the PulseChain marketing electronic gifts have come out. Friends, I haven't confirmed this. Some people say Johnny's account was deleted. So, sorry, I didn't know. I guess maybe didn't expect me to say, oh, cool, the gifts are here. Here's the picture. And they're like, no, you're not meant to tell anybody yet. You're not meant to tell anybody yet. Chill out, guys. Chill out, bro. We're down 99%. Give us some sort of dopamine. You can't put it in the chart. Let us dream. Yes, a great deal of effort is being made on behalf of the community at no cost to you. Love it. I just want to be more involved. I guess you got to be a day one hexagon to get insider info. Let's say you have millions of dollars worth of electronic devices. Are you going to let everyone know where they are and who is doing what? Yeah. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Here you have Alt on Chain. Say what you want about Pump Fund founder Elon, but I have been buying every single pump tip below. Over time, it's become my largest position. Warning, warning, warning. Okay, all these people are completely full of shit. They are short-term Jeets. They believe in nothing. And when they're like, whoa, this thing has gone euphoric, you check the charts up 35%. Okay, so don't believe any of these people. By the way, if you want to take a position on Pump Fund, you're more than welcome to become more exit liquidity, like real exit liquidity of like they raised 600 million in 10 minutes. I hope it does well, man. I want to see just everything recover and do well. But friends, I'm just telling you, friends, you know that tweet you just saw? There was a guy, he did that tweet when he had bought here, okay? He bought here on the way up. Friends, he was literally freaking up here. He was euphoric, okay? He was up here euphoric and he took profit here. I mentioned some tweet and this guy, he flashed like, you know, like a $20,000 pin. I was like, what? At first he was like, whoa, I'm a big believer in pump fund. They're going to bring it back. They're going to bring it back. Friends, he literally exited here on leverage. Let's see his amazing return. 15%. And then he just goes silent, moves on to another coin. So, but it's funny, right? You know, we laugh at that. They think they're all geniuses. Yeah, they think they're all geniuses because we haven't seen a big alt season to reward believers. So they think they're just geniuses picking up pennies in front of freight trains. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Tim Burchett. Friends, this guy is an actual, friends, he's awesome. He's one of the, honestly, he's one of, I think there's actually only 2 honest politicians in the world or America. He's one of them. Literally in America. He is the UFO disclosure. He's like, you know, it's good, like Christian family man. He's trying to get to the bottom of the UFO disclosure, and he comes back reporting to the public. He goes, guys, I try to organize the meetings. They don't invite me because I'm not going to play ball. They invite everybody else because everyone's going to keep their mouths shut to the deep state. But I'm here to ask questions. They invite everybody else but me. Or they'll host the meeting on my day off or my holiday when I can't go in. Yeah, that's what they do. Look what he said. If you don't think the deep state exists, then how do all the talking heads magically say the same thing? Tim Burchett did not kill himself, just letting you know. He's a good Christian family man. He's not suicidal. That's big, dude. A U.S. politician admitting there's a deep state. Oh, crap. Huh. Uh-oh. Obviously, what's a deep state? Just quickly, UFO world. Okay. The deep state 100% exists. The same people, friends, who want to cut off their own genitals, who want you to eat bugs, and who want to kill the cows. You know, the same people, blue and purple hair, you know, they, you know, the benders, you know what I mean? They just bend every rule. They bend their genders, everything, right? Triple vaxxers, quadruple vaxxers, okay? Quintuple vaxxers. They think it's all fabrication because they're like, you know, they're like politically correct trash news media, which is just blue pill. It's blue pill cuck life, right? They don't think it exists, but it does exist, okay? There's a revolving door of the faces of politicians, even the president. They don't have all the power. Yeah, it comes down to the military, okay? The military runs pretty much every nation in the world. The military of America have the UFO tech, UFO tech, anti-gravity, cold fusion, all the other stuff. You know, we can go through, we can watch AshtonForbes stuff. I try to watch a lot of AshtonForbes. I just like, there's just so many nerd science words. Man, it's so hard. He goes, the plasma neutron torus field is actually connected point to point, and we can prove it by running a coil to do this. And I'm just like, oh, man, I don't get it. Is that what we sound like in crypto? But you see, if you learn this, there's a money go up part with that. With that, it's just intellectual stimulation. So, yeah, man, the deep state is real, friends. Of course it's real. And what the government does is government are very smart. Okay, that's not, man, the biggest psyops is when they convince you the government's stupid. Do you understand how smart the government is? They have the best of the best, you retards. So they get private contractors, yes, and then they hire someone within the private company who's government friendly. If you don't, they'll just kill you. Literally, they'll kill you. And so you play ball. So the government, they basically contracted out Lockheed Martin, the Skunk Works division, all these other ones, right? And so the government, if they need to do anything, they just go straight there. But you can't request Freedom of Information Acts. So they just found the loophole. Well, you can't actually see what's going on because it's a private company, right? Here we have Lawrence Lepard. This chart, represented by David Foley, compares gold and Bitcoin prices. Note scales are different. Interesting. Nevertheless, you can see how gold often moves first and then Bitcoin follows and outperforms. Yeah, friends, because they both follow M2. Yeah, but gold, I think, reacts first to global M2. And then Bitcoin is like the hypersensitivity because Bitcoin's got a bit of, bit of business cycle juice sprinkled into there. That's why the volatility is extreme. Wow, gold breaking out from multi-month triangle. So blockchain backer actually has this, friends. Gold breaks up, fakes out, and then it comes all the way down 30%. to do like a zombie virus crash. That'd be kind of crazy if that happens. Kind of hope that happens. It might make you think, what's gonna cause gold to drop like 35% like that? Like I just imagine in my mind, they actually do a Fort Knox check in America, and then the US says, you know what, we don't want to use a gold standard. We like Bitcoin more. You know what I mean? And then like they find out there's no gold in their vault anyway, and gold's like, oh crap, because the US doesn't have it, they don't want to pump it. Let's just sell our gold and buy Bitcoin. That might be what happens. A huge gold capitulation. Maybe that gives us a big rotation from gold into Bitcoin. That might be like the final end. That'd be quite funny. Well, speaking of the benders, friends, woman who identifies as male complains that their partner is misandrist.
You're dating a misandrist and you've transitioned in front of them, and they are like part of the reason you're struggling to even identify as a man or a trans masculine. You're like, I'm, non-binary, and hey, I am complicated. I'm non-binary. I'm a woman. I'm also a man though. And I do look like this and I'm walking the world like this. And so this person during one of our fights.
One thing I love them for, friends, they give you like the pregnant man emoji on WhatsApp. So if you notice, friends, the friendship is in the details. Sometimes check my emojis are very specific. Yeah, my emojis tell 1,000 words. Sometimes if I want to neg someone or like reporting in my juicy news or just anyone out here, like, oh, this person thinks PulseChain's bad or whatever. Yeah, I'll throw stuff out there like I'll use their flag or I'll use like the pregnant man emoji. It's kind of funny how much society changes. They're like totally derogatory now to use the pregnant man emoji. I hope we never take that out. Leave that there because it's like a downvote to someone, Put a pregnant man emoji. Yeah, so thank you for the contribution. If there's one thing, okay, if I had Elon Musk here and, let's say the crypto industry is like, okay, my friend Sommi, our friend Sommi, he's got one request to make to Elon. What's it going to be? And everyone would speculate that I'm going to ask him, hey, turn Twitter into a trading exchange and make Doge the currency so we can have a big alt season. That's what everyone thinks I'd say. But actually what I'd say is, listen, Elon, contact the international WhatsApp emoji keyboard, please, okay? I want them to put a peg emoji. Some things are just more important than your alt season. Bear posters, aka tards, at 100k Bitcoin told you that we're going to 75k. Let that sink in. Let's go higher. They also told you Ethereum never above 2,500, and then they deleted their accounts. Typical bears. Very true, friends. Very true. Friends, podcasts were deleted at $1,400 ETH. They said Ethereum has no narrative. Ethereum has no... They're always short-term cucks, dude. They're always short-term. Narrative. What about the... Do you think anybody buying Bitcoin early had any idea what the narrative was going to be like at 100k? Do you think Richard Hart, when he double-clicked Bitcoin and he mined however many thousands of Bitcoin, he's like, oh, I bet in 12 years we're going to have a narrative where BlackRock's going to buy this. I better hold on to it. No. He just said, looks like pretty cool tech. I might hold on to some. That's it. That's it. Not I'm going to trade it. Not, oh, let's put a leverage on it. Let's go earn 2% yield on it and risk the stack. No. It was... yeah, cool tech. Let's see if maybe I can believe in it a little bit longer by holding. Let's see what happens. That's it. That's literally, it stops there. I don't want to make a I told you so thing video at the top because tops are only made because people still think it's going another 10x higher. That's why they're actually buying it. I'm never going to be that person. Okay. So you have to learn from me now, right? By the way, it could go to zero. Everything could just be negative numbers right now. I mean, I haven't checked prices in about 15 seconds. Everything could be literally right now zero. But this is it, friends. Look, the investing, friends, it's beautiful, but it's hard. You know what I mean? Because the people last. There are people last on like the wealth ladder who are doing the things that are going to make them first, and there are people first who are like sliding back to last. Okay. And you're trying to think, okay, who's going from last to like first? Like, what are they doing? Because there's a lot of people who are last who are going to make a wrong move and stay last. Yeah. And then obviously you're like looking at me like, hey, this guy yells pretty loud. He's got peg nipples. Look at his posture. Straightest thing I've ever seen. He's even got fluffy beanie right now. He's got fluffy slippers too. Yeah, maybe he goes from last to first. Maybe. You know, I don't know. I'll just tell you right now though, I'll tell you something, okay? I'm looking at the crowd of people who are last, you know, sucking on the toes of the LA vape cabal, okay? Licking the gums of the prostitute cabal and paying her for it too. She's a 5 out of 10. You're paying a 5 out of 10? Have some respect, okay? Listening to all these soy boy traders. Subscribe to my group. Subscribe to my indicator. Okay? All of their followers are last. Oh, I'm a Bitcoin maxi. I'm going to stay being a Bitcoin maxi. Ethereum is never cheap. Ethereum is going home to $500. The followers are last place and they are staying last. They are spinning their wheels, thinking that they're gonna progress. You're never gonna progress, bro. You're never gonna progress. You're regressing. You're spinning your wheels, okay? You know who's progressing? The person you're freaking giving your money to, who's selling you the product. Subscribe to my VIP subscription, guys. You know what? Wait at the finish line, okay? I'll see you when I finish the race. Like, subscribe, bitty button, or catch you soon.